Okay, for our bacon spinach mix, it is very easy to do. It is very quick to do. It only requires the preparation of a few ingredients, which we're going to talk about here in a moment. The first one is chopped spinach. We bought this frozen. You can also buy this whole and chop it yourself. However you want to do it, you are more than welcome to do it that way. Kale also works very well with this recipe. We have some diced onions, and that is a 1/4 cup of diced onions. We have some olive oil. We have 2 strips of bacon that have been diced. We have 2 cloves of garlic that have been minced. And finally, we need our baking sheet and our parchment paper. Okay, so to assemble our chopped bacon mix, we are going to take our baking pan with our parchment paper, and parchment paper has a habit of rolling up on you, and that annoys me. So one thing we can do is we can take some water and we can put it down on the bottom of the baking sheet, spread that around, and now when we go to put our parchment paper on, it's going to stay down, it's going to stick. So that is ready to start taking our ingredients. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our chopped spinach. And with this, we just lay it out. Try to get it as flat as possible. The flatter you get it, the faster it's going to cook. And it also helps with the ingredients and the mixing a little bit later on. So next, we are going to add some olive oil, and we're just going to drizzle that right on top. Then we take our garlic. We're going to sprinkle that on. We are going to do the same thing with our onions. Just sprinkle all of that together. Make sure everything's covered. There we go. And finally, we're going to take our bacon, and we are just going to spread our bacon out and around. This is chopped bacon. Now, one of the reasons that we're not adding salt right now is because bacon contains a lot of salt. And since we're putting that on top, a lot of that grease and some of that other oil and that salt is going to be dripping down into the spinach. So when we go to mix it, when we go to check it later, that's when we can determine if we want to add salt or not. But for right now, this is ready for the oven. So to cook our spinach, we have our oven set for 350 degrees, and this is on bake. So we're going to take our spinach, and we're just going to pop it right in, and we're going to leave that in there for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to come back and stir it up, and we're going to leave it in there probably about another 5 or 10 minutes after that. And what we want is we want that bacon to be cooked through. Once that bacon is cooked through, we know it's done. So we're going to leave that, and we're going to let that cook, and we're going to come back in about 20 minutes.
Okay, let's calm this.
Yep, this is just vegetable checking.
Vegetable checking, take 1.
Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes for our vegetables. We still have about 2 minutes left on it. But let's take a look at these. So we have our potatoes here, and we have our spinach here. And we're just going to give these a bit of a stir. There we go. And if you take up some of the paper, you know what? That's okay. It's parchment paper. And we're going to do the same thing over on this side, is we're just going to mix all of this up together. There we go. Now, with the potatoes, one thing that we want to check is how done they are. So if we take a fork and we just poke them, now is as good a time as any to try one. They're still a little bit firm, so those have some more to go. And let's just give this a taste here. And remember, this is all very hot. It's been in the oven. That still has some time to go. So I'd say probably about 10-15 minutes for both of these. And then these are ready to come out and be put onto the plate. So let's close up our oven. And we're going to reset our cook time here for 15 minutes. And we will, when these are finished, we are going to be able to come back, take these out, and get these ready for the plate.